I never expected my world to unravel so completely in just a few months. But the moment she filed for child support, I realized nothing would ever be the same. She walked into my life years ago with that perfect smile, soft laughter, and promises that seemed eternal. And now, sitting across from me in the courtroom, her eyes sparkled with a confidence I had never seen before. But it wasn't love, it was calculation. She had always been smart, manipulative even, but I had never imagined she would take it this far. She thought she had an easy win, a golden ticket to claim what she believed was rightfully hers. Every word she spoke, every glance, every subtle smirk screamed, "I'm in control." And for a moment, I felt a chill run down my spine. This was not the woman I had once loved. It was a stranger who had mastered deception. The courtroom was filled with tension so thick, you could almost cut it with a knife. People whispered, lawyers shuffled papers, and the judge looked at her, then at me, silently asking if this drama had reached its climax. She presented her case flawlessly, or at least that's what she thought. Photos, text messages, half-truths, accusations designed to corner me. They were all carefully calculated, each piece a trap to make me look guilty, careless, unfit. Her confidence was intoxicating, terrifying even. Every word dripped with the certainty of someone who believed victory was guaranteed, and I could see it, the small smirk, the hint of triumph in her eyes. She thought she had planned it all, but she hadn't counted on one thing. The truth always finds a way to reveal itself. When my turn came, I stayed calm. I didn't shout, I didn't plead, I didn't try to charm anyone. I let my words be precise, measured, and deliberate. Deep down, I knew patience was my ally, and the DNA test would be the weapon that exposed everything. She had mocked it, laughed when the clerk mentioned the procedure, whispering to her lawyer that this was just a formality, a ritual that would make me pay. But I had always known the truth, had always suspected, and I had quietly prepared, never letting her see the certainty that I carried within. Days crawled by, every one stretching like an eternity. I could almost hear her plotting in her head, imagining herself victorious, imagining the money, imagining the humiliation she thought she would inflict. But I had my own quiet plan, a secret calm, knowing that the moment of revelation was approaching. And when it came, it was more explosive than anyone could have imagined. The DNA test results arrived, simple and cold on paper, but the effect was seismic. They didn't just shatter her case, they obliterated every lie, every assumption, every smug expectation she had built over months. When the clerk read the results aloud in court, her confidence cracked like glass under pressure. The smirk faded, replaced with disbelief, fear, and panic, a trifecta of emotions she had never shown before. The room seemed to freeze, the whispers stopped, even the judge paused, sensing the magnitude of the moment. She scrambled, searching for excuses, loopholes, lies, anything to salvage the illusion she had crafted, but nothing worked. The truth had landed, precise, undeniable, and devastating. Every word she had used to manipulate reality backfired in front of everyone, leaving her exposed, humiliated, and powerless. I didn't celebrate, not aloud. I didn't need to. The victory was quiet, internal, a mix of vindication, sorrow, and disbelief. This was the same woman who had shared my dreams, my nights, my quiet mornings, now reduced to someone whose carefully constructed lies lay in ruins. Watching her try to collect herself, trying to pretend it wasn't over, was both satisfying and heartbreaking. The betrayal cut deep, sharper than any legal battle could, because it wasn't just about money, it was about trust, love, and deception. Walking out of the courtroom later, people stopped me, whispering congratulations or murmuring disbelief. Some couldn't fathom how I had remained composed while she had plotted to ruin me. But the real victory wasn't in their eyes. It was in the silence she carried with her, the shame that couldn't be masked, the panic that had replaced her former smugness. Driving home, I replayed every moment, the way she had smiled, the way she had looked so certain, and the way reality had demolished her world. That day, I realized betrayal is never just about the act itself. It's the complete unraveling that follows, the shocking revelation that changes everything forever. That night, alone, I sat reflecting on the strange mix of relief, heartbreak, and cold satisfaction. Relief that the truth had finally been revealed, heartbreak for the woman I thought I knew, and satisfaction in witnessing justice, not from the courtroom alone, but from the undeniable evidence that truth always wins. Weeks passed, and the story spread like wildfire. Some people admired my composure, others pitted her, and many were shocked at the complete collapse of her plans. Yet I remained focused on rebuilding my life, surrounding myself with honesty, trust, and clarity. Every time I looked back, the memory of her disbelief, the shattering of her smug confidence, and the revelation of the DNA test served as a reminder. Manipulation, lies, and betrayal may seem powerful, but they crumble before the unyielding strength of truth. In the months that followed, I noticed subtle changes in her demeanor. She avoided eye contact, spoke less boldly, and even her friends treated her differently. The very confidence that had fueled her schemes was gone, replaced by a quiet recognition of defeat. And while part of me mourned the loss of what we had once shared, another part of me knew that this exposure, this unraveling, had saved me from a life shadowed by deceit. The lesson was brutal but invaluable. The truth is patient, silent, and deadly when it finally emerges. She had believed she could outsmart reality, that she could manipulate time, emotion, and law to her favor. But in the end, she couldn't outsmart the one thing that mattered, the undeniable, cold, shocking truth. Even now, when I think about that day, I feel the same surge of emotions. Anger, relief, heartbreak, and vindication all intertwined. The woman I once trusted, the woman who had plotted against me, was now a stranger I had no ties to beyond memory. The courtroom had not just delivered legal clarity, it had unveiled the raw, emotional consequences of deception. And while she thought she had everything under control, she never imagined the power of patience, preparation, and truth. The DNA test was more than science. It was justice, heartbreak, revelation, and the ultimate twist